Hi guys, today I'm going to go on about my OC's lore. These OCs are pretty new, so parts of their info may not stick. So without further ado, let's go to the concepts. So I wanted something to do with yin and yang for the concept. I love superheroes as well. So these two are superheroes based off of yin and yang. This sounds familiar, doesn't it? It isn't as it seems, guys, trust. I did have an idea for the general personality for the character I'm currently drawing up in the speed paint. I wanted her to be kind, sweet, optimistic, and try to make her flaw that she people pleases, meaning she is never rude to others. As a superhero, she would finally be able to make harsh comments and can be unserious midway through a battle. I was really pulling my leg with concept, as I wanted for both of these characters to not live two separate lives, but three. I think I only have that with one of the characters in a way. I knew I wanted for Sheeps to be in her design as wolf in sheep's clothing, in the sense she may not like someone but still act friendly to them. As superheroes, I wanted for the two to have opposite powers, like multiple abilities but different to their partner. I'm gonna make this girl have a small Adrena breasty moment. I want her to realize only when she thinks about her first battle when she gets home that her partner isn't human. It terrifies her as she is afraid of the supernatural. We'll get on to the other guy soon. I wanted her outfit to look comfy and in a style she would suit. I ended up changing her hair in the end. So don't acknowledge what her hair looks like right now, cause you'll see how different it is. I feel like she would have just moved from wherever she originally lived, so she thinks that her life would be better. I was also going to design her pajamas, but never actually did go through with that. But I've been trying to draw concepts like crazy. I have an idea of her as a kid, and I really like this story in general, but definitely haven't got a set idea for transformation and that. I do in fact have ideas for the villains of this story, so I might make a part 2 for this video. When I was trying to pick out her colors, I felt like I was just creating Marinette. I didn't want that, but she is in fact inspired by Marinette for her personality though. I'll also give voice claims for them when I show their references. In this design, I give her a bag with a Tamagotchi on it. Then didn't do it on the final results, so I'll make a bag reference after this video so that people can understand what she carries with her. I also will say her favorite genre is action, which brings some kind of contrast, which I'll explain when getting to the reference images. For our other character, I knew that I had to make them have their limbs close together. Even though it is a concept idea, I wanted to make him show his cold-like personality. I had an idea of that. He has been staying on Earth for a while, trying to study how they work so his people can take over Earth. He is really young for an alien going on a mission, as he is 17 and normally an alien would be like 25 minimum. I realized that. I just did a full-on backstory drop for him. So lemme go on about his design. I wanted for him to have as a typical alien has, green hair and beating black eyes with antennas. I also decided that he would have long ears, still in the same placement as a human, and a tail that has fluff on the end. I feel like for his species that they all have very exposing birthmarks. So his birthmarks is that there's X's on his arms. I think that he is unable to feel hot or cold. His body is adapted to the climate, so he wears whatever he wants in any weather as long as it is comfortable. I can imagine someone complaining about the heat, then sees him covered head to toe and not understanding why it seems like a problem. I struggled so unnecessarily hard on the shoes. I don't have any actual idea for what this guy would look like as a child, but probably start looking into making some sketches for that. Also need to make relationship dynamics for all versions, as I've been going on seeing how they act alone, so I don't have anything for relationship with each other. I wouldn't want to make a love square, as that seems too complicated in my head, and also don't understand how in Miraculous they just happen to know the famous superheroes with secret identities. Not gonna lie, for his color palette, I was inspired off of Chat Noir with it being black and green. I did do a bunch of grayscale so his skin color would be the same in both references when in grayscale. Now I start to draw their superhero forms. I create a detail in both of their hairs to represent the yin and yang. I must say that I suck in creating hero designs, not gonna lie. But I wanted it to be basic, as both of them have more than one unique abilities. Meaning there isn't much to go from to make a design linked to a specific ability, but I just placed on basic colors to give an idea on how their eyes would visually look, and which was the two colors I had had centered in their characters. This is the part where I make a scrap design, as I did indeed say earlier on that I originally planned for them to have a triple life, obviously scrapped, but I wanted for her to have a Hannah Montana situation. Then as a second idea is that she is a digital artist, then third idea was to be a cosplayer until I scrapped the entire design. Here's the final results. Now we can move on to the reference sheets. I'll be giving names for them as well, as I just wanted to hide it till my reference sheets. So with that, let's get on to the reference. This sweet girlie is Fadwa. I wrote something really long for her lore, so just hold tight as the speed paint goes on. She was bullied as a kid. This makes her a people pleaser so people can like her, making sure she doesn't openly show any negative opinions on a person. Her moving sparks her opportunity to make friends. Her fear of the supernatural was made from a lucid dream she had where she almost died in it, but the only thing she could enjoy from a horrid dream was the thrill she felt from it, which gave her love for action. She would enjoy the thrill of a fight, but wouldn't hope for her to be in their shoes until she gets a bracelet with a precious crystal which she can change into a charm bracelet, and with that gives her the ability to turn into her superhero counterpart, Wildlight. Wildlight is smart and sneaky, sometimes not trying to be serious, and she fears things will be as the lucid dream was, but her partner forces her to face that fear. She is absolutely clueless in the acknowledgement that her partner is an alien, and with her fear of the supernatural, she freaks the hell out. She is inspired to be an author as she thinks that writing and reading are so joyful and wants to implement her love of writing into it. If she feels angry or upset, she would write a small story taking her emotion into it just to feel better. And don't mind what's on her neck. It's just an idea for a transformation device which I scrapped. In the background of the reference sheet, I just searched up pages on Pinterest and inserted something I like to be the background. Cause she likes books. She loves to read and write. And I'll do the same for our alien boy when we get to him. I also mapped out their colors for people if they want to draw art of them, as I'll be adding them onto ArtFight when this video releases.
Hi, we meet again. What I mean is, it's nice to see you. Just call me Firefly, as always.
Now let's move on to the next reference sheet. This is Neo. Neo is alien who went on a mission to study Earth so his species is able to overthrow it. He was on the mission when he was 14, even though the typical age to go on outer space missions is 25. He wanted to find someone who he believed went to Earth. He learned to like Earth gradually, getting to the point he decided to not report further on human studies. With his necklace with an alien charm, he becomes Shadow. He is more cold as a hero and just tries to get the job done as fast as he possibly can. He has a fascination for games and internet, and he studies astronomy in college as he already knows everything, so he just lays back in subjects. He only attends for the social aspect as he learns to be more friendly to others. I originally didn't like his human design, but now I think it's my favorite, and also as Shadow he can optionally have 2 extra arms. I drew that in my book, but not at all in my concept and final design. It would be funny if Neo befriends Fadwa and he just hears her mention her fear of the supernatural, and can't understand why he likes something like aliens, and it just makes a mark on him, being offended making Fadwa unintentionally hurt him, but he can't just say he is an alien. I'll probably make designs of them during different seasons. I think Neo developed an understanding of what to typically wear in different seasons. I also think that the magic could all start from something with aliens, and that like they link to the reason why we have superheroes, and also how the villains develop their super abilities. I'm very excited to plan for more of their story, and also hopefully create some big project out of this. I also have birthdays for the both of them. Fadwa's birthday is April 17th and Neo's birthday is May 4th. Let me know if you guys like these characters. Also comment UFO emoji, so I know you got this far, which is impressive.
Bless their ugly little hearts. So, there's a whole town of uglies? But there is one more thing I need you to do. What is this? Well, you certainly are. So happy. And yet so sad.
That is all for the video. Let me know what you think on these characters. And with that, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, and night.